So, welcome to Boxing Media Hub, sponsored by Falcon Contracting and in association with Jam's Boxing Chat. And we've now got a special guest. I've got Danny Quartermaine. How you doing, Danny?
All good, mate. All good. Nice to see you.
Same. Likewise. I'm glad you're all okay. Everything all right with you at the moment?
Yeah. Obviously, we've had the confirmation of a fight, which is brilliant to hear. The show's been set up. The card's been announced, and it kind of gives me that date to put in the calendar now and aim towards.
Yeah. As you say, it's always good to stay active. It's always good to have something to head towards, and your mind can drift if things start to drift as well. And as I say, good times ahead for you. 11 fights, 11 wins, 4 knockouts so far. Good career up to this point, and we're about to push it to the next level.
Yeah, just want to continue that momentum more so. Obviously, I've had the past few fights. I've been steps up, an unbeaten opponent to start off with, and obviously then the Rat last fight, which was again another stepping stone, a European level fighter, and I took more from that, probably the comparison between his fight with Archie Sharp than actually winning the title more. So I can compare it and take things from that, and I think it says a lot about myself. I think, and I think it turned a lot of heads. We probably didn't expect it to finish so soon, and I think if I'm quite honest, I think that's about 4. I think there might be So it's like 4 opponents that in the past 5 fights that have retired, shall we say, or been stopped by the referee. So we just got to keep that going, keep that rolling. And again, another point to prove with this fight. He's fought some top lads. Yeah. Michael Conlon, Jordan Gill. I mean, what a fight that was, and Lee McGregor. So I know he's come up from super bantam. So he's moving up the weight classes. But again, it's going to be another step up for me, and even more so with the WBO being on the line as well as my IBF.
Yeah, no, 100%. And Jam has jumped in and he said, congratulations on the win over Alex Rat for the IBF European title, and good luck against, we're going to call him Jeffrey, as you called him, for the WBO European title. But before we get into that, Danny, let's look back. Debut February 2020. And it's been quality ever since. That was against Riaz, which was a win on points. And then you've got on Sambo, Evans, Jones, Patrick, Perez. I love this one. Thanks for chucking this one in. The opponents with great names. De Guzman, Singh, Bansal. And then, you keep doing this, mate. Velosnas, Flores, Hillier, obviously the Rat, as you wanted to call him. And then, obviously, next in line, 29th of June. 40 fights, 32 wins, 9 knockouts he's had. Cracking, as you say, great resume as well. Good step up for you for the IBF and the WBO European. So both on the line for that one at the Sky Dome in Coventry. And like SWS, Sam, big shout out to him. You showed levels. So I think you really did turn heads, mate, and this is your opportunity to step up again.
Yeah, that's exactly what probably we've lacked probably at this first half of my pro career, because we knew we could do it. It's just about going through the motions, getting them first probably 8 fights for experience and then pushing on. Obviously, I had quite a big amateur career, so we knew we had the experience and the knowledge of boxing and the different styles, etc. But it's probably just biding our time, and we had some frustrations along the way. COVID hit straight after my first fight, so that left me with a year and a half out not fighting. And then obviously since that we've just got back on the horse and hit it hard. We just had frustrations with obviously not picking up a contract with a promotional company. And we were just wondering what we were thinking. What more do we need to do? We were beating our opponents with, a few stoppages. I sold hundreds of tickets, I'm not a boring fighter. Quite exciting, entertaining, and I just thought, well, you know, what are we missing out? Why aren't they noticing? And obviously, GBM Izzy come along and the contract just at the right time. I mean, I think it's perfect. It was just at the right time for me to start pushing on for titles. That's exactly what we said. And they came forward with the IBF straight away, which we weren't expecting. And again, Izzy was he's in his second year now of promoting. He's done a lot of management, but promoting. And I think he's definitely hitting levels. He's turning a lot of heads himself because the shows that he's putting on are top class shows. You know, the levels of fighters on there, the titles he's bringing all on one card, some of the venues he's filling, and I suppose the backing of Talk Sport again is another talking point as well. So again, it benefits to me, but it's again Izzy. Me and Izzy are working alongside each other to hit them top levels.
Yeah, I think you've hit the nail on the head there, mate. I think Izzy is, as well as a gentleman, he's just been class. The moment he's gone in there, he's real, he's honest, and I think that's why people are coming to him. He's delivering as well. We've seen some great fights on his shows already, and you know, I met him a couple of months ago. Really lovely guy, and as you say, he loves boxing. He wants to see the fights. He wants to see the best domestic fights. He wants to give people the best opportunities. And, you know, you're now going to that next level. And I bet he's over the moon that he's been able to deliver in the opportunity. And as you are, to give you what you deserve. You know, Jam has come in and said, impressive win over Jack Hillier, who was unbeaten, even with a clash of heads that stopped the fight. But Danny was clearly ahead. SWS, Danny schooled Hillier, who's a decent operator. So people are recognising it, mate. You know, this is the time. Still young as well, only 26, so many years left in the sport. Oh, sickening, only 26. That'd be nice. Jam said Izzy is doing big things for boxing at the moment. I think that says, you know, he's got his show in London, hasn't he? And that coming up as well. He's really starting to push out and beyond now. And I think this year is going to be a big year for Izzy and for yourself.
It's the thing I like with Izzy is, and the shows he's putting on, is he understands that you put a show on in Coventry. You know, I'm local, perfect for me. I'm signed with him, but he puts the other local or local-ish fighters on as well who aren't signed with him. So he's open to these fighters because he knows it's going to fill arenas, it's going to fill stadiums. So why wouldn't you give other people the opportunity to get on these shows, get their fans there, get them involved with GBM, and definitely bring in the atmosphere as well. And you know, it's just like the London show. You know, look at some of the fighters on there. They're not from London. You know, I think he's got one from Brazil. He's got a heavyweight from Brazil. They were scheduled to get Tevin Farmer on. I mean, he's a household name. You know, ex world champion and from America. And to get fighters like that over into the UK and on his shows is some doing, I think.
Yeah, I think it just shows credit to him, doesn't it, as a person and the way he deals with things. And you know, as we say, you've put yourself in that position as well, where you've caught the eyes of Izzy, and he's given you the opportunity, mate. And this is a massive opportunity, which then puts you in a great position with IBF and WBO. So that's what it's about, isn't it? I know some people turn around and go, "Oh, you know, I don't think the European title gets enough credit. I think it still does get overlooked from time to time, but it's a great one. These are great titles to get you in those positions to then move up in those governing bodies, and you're just aligning yourself in the right way and such at a young age."
Yeah, I mean the bouts look great as well. I mean, just to have them,
Yeah.
But yeah, they are probably overlooked. It's weird to explain because it's like, you know, I want to win this title and retain mine, and then again we want to look at then fight for. I want to fight for a British title as well because it's a prestigious bout. It's the Lonsdale bout.
Yeah.
Every fight, realistically, that's the
That's the one. That's the one, isn't it?
Weird to explain to people that, you know, I'm fighting for European titles at the moment. and it's almost like you're going to go down to British, but it doesn't work out that way with boxing. You know, British title scene is just as high as a European title because the type of fight you end up having for a British title is they're normally top class fights. You know that realistically
they're the best, mate. There's no denying it.
World titles.
There's no denying it, is there? The British title fights, I think they bring the best out in people. You get the best domestic fights, and generally, not all of them, but generally, they're 50-50s. Like I was blessed enough to go and see Buatsi versus Aziz. Mate, that was quality. On paper, people were going, I just don't know. It was.
You look at the heavyweights, Wardley Clark. You know, again, the absolute fight. You know, you had Dylan Bellotti, which is obviously my weight class. That's another head-to-head fight, another great clash. And I think you probably got in the next couple of months. You've got Gomez versus Bellotti.
Yep,
that's another one I'll be watching quite closely because again, it's like doing my homework sort of thing on the two fighters. Because
who do you think wins that one, Danny? Sorry, I've chucked it at you now.
Right, it depends how both of them come out. Obviously, I think Gomez.
Do you have a preference? Do you have a preference as to who you would like to fight?
Not really, either of them.
You just want the title.
Yeah, I just want that title. But no, I think going off the back of how Gomez fought against Baker in the last fight, Kane Baker's a tough lad. You know, and a few good clashes with Jordan Flynn recently as well. And to stop him is a very tough thing to do. He's very durable, and to get the stoppage how he did, I think speaks a lot for Michael Gomez. Bellotti, you know, I think he's at the back end of his career. Maybe, you know, he's had a lot of fights. He was featherweight before. I think maybe struggled a little bit with the weight, maybe near the end, and has decided to go up, and obviously feels a lot more comfortable with it. Technically, very good boxer, and you know, so it's always a good scrap for a British title. I'm edging towards Michael Gomez just because I think he's got that hunger as well. He's already said that he wants to win the title that his dad also won as well, which is a great thing to see him here. So there's that inner heart to want to win it as well. And Velocity's already got it, so he's got to defend it. But again, it's all about the desire and the hunger to win them fights.
Yeah. Well, forget about them. It's all about you. And as we say, the 29th of June, you get your shot, but also your defence at the Sky Dome in Coventry, as I say, for the IBF and the WBO European. Mate, I wish you all the best, Danny. I'm looking forward to seeing how you get on and what's next. You know, for someone to get this in their 12th fight is great, and that just shows the sort of guy you are. You know, you take on anyone that comes along. You don't shy away from any fight, and you're already looking ahead as to what you want and what you want to achieve in your career. And I think you'll go far, mate.
No, I hope so too. And again, it's just that's probably the mentality I have. It's weird. People say I'm a bit like Jekyll and Hyde. Like now, I'm just like Danny, like laughing around and stuff, joking around. But when it comes to fighting, fight night, I will fight anyone. It doesn't really matter. I suppose that's why I leave it down to Edwin and my manager Mick to decide. Because if they come to me and say, "Do you want to fight him?" I'll go, "Yeah." And again, that's where you have your management and your coach to do the thinking and the decisions as such. Because if you're a top level fighter, you will fight anyone, and that's exactly been my mentality all the way through my amateur career and professional career. That doesn't matter who you're going to put up against me, I'll accept it and take it on. And that's exactly like this fight. I want to push on. I want to pick up these titles and obviously turn a few heads and bring that entertainment factor as well. Because people that haven't seen me fight, when they come to the first show and view it, and then you speak to them after, they want to come to the rest of them, and they'll continue to grow and bring more friends and fans with them. So that's my big thing for Leamington Spa, is building that fan base getting more and more people to these shows, and that's why it's great for it to be such a local show, because I'm making that my home as such, and again, everyone enjoys themselves when they come to the shows. GBM are doing a massive part of that as well, because they're bringing that atmosphere with the light and the DJs and whatnot, and creating that great atmosphere that everyone wants to come and enjoy a night out watching the boxing.
Yeah, and as I say, you deserve your place there, Danny. You really do, mate. And we're just going to end on this one. Who's the dream opponent, Danny? Absolutely world level fight once you've finished cleaning up the European level.
It's a tough one. I don't know whether it would actually happen, because these two, I'll give you two. These two, I think, are going to come up to super featherweight. They had a big fight recently, last year, at featherweight, and that was Warrington and Wood.
Yeah.
I have a feeling they might be going up to super feather, so obviously they're going to be fighting at world level again. I get on really well with Lee.
Really nice guy.
I'm hoping that he'll come and watch this fight, come and support me in this, because we're at different levels at the moment. But they'd be great fighters to share the ring with, I think, and they're British as well. So everyone loves a British class at world level. So there'd be two exciting fights that I'd like, but whether I've got enough time to get up and fight them, we'll have to see. But no, they're great fighters, and they always bring exciting fights. And I know Lee, I've Lee a little bit anyway, so I'm not calling him out if he thinks that. But,
I like it. Just make that clear.
Very friendly, but again, you look at his past 5-6 fights; they've been hell of a fights to watch.
Oh, yeah.
And he brings, he might get knocked down, but he just gets straight back up again and gives it his all. So they're always exciting. And they'd be exciting to be part of, I guess, as well.
Yeah, he's a tough man, and as I say, I was lucky to meet him as well. Really lovely guy, really lovely and genuine.
He's had a similar sort of upbringing as me, as such, where he's had to go on the small hall shows. He's worked his way up, and again, that's why he's kind of an inspiration to me as well, because he's done it the hard way. And at the moment, I've done it the hard way a little bit as well. I've been on small hall shows. I'm having to work my way up through the titles. Not really had that promotional help to start throughout the start of my career, and it's just coming into play now. And again, Lee's gone probably down exactly the same sort of route.
Yeah, as I say, it would be great. Like Jammer said, would love the Lee Wood fight. Who knows? Who knows what the future brings? But before you go, I know I've said this about 3 times. Last one, Fury Usyk this weekend, Danny. Who you got?
Shall I go for John Fury?
I think he's had enough, mate. I think he's had enough just in the build-up.
No, I want Fury to win. He's a British fighter. Again, it's all about how he comes out. I think Usyk always brings out that top level performance, because you just look at him. He's been in the gym non-stop. Whereas Fury, he has a few demons, etc. He's in and out a little bit. I think he maybe took the Ngannou fight a bit too lightly, which was a bit of a shock. If he comes out on top form, he looks in shape. I think he's very tricky. He's going to be very awkward for Usyk to try and catch. And I think it's going to be a game of chess, I think, almost. I think it will go to points. But I think it's going to be a game of chess. Usyk's very tricky as well. It's great footwork. I think it's going to be a matter of Fury just catching and landing with the shots and making sure he doesn't get drawn in on being close range with Usyk, because obviously he's a lot shorter.
So you're going for a draw then?
I'm edging Fury on points. I don't think it get a stoppage, but I think it's an exciting fight. It's one of them. It's always a great fight, I think, if you don't know realistically who's going to win. If you can't call it, it's going to be one of them edgy fights that everyone's at the edge of their seats watching round by round, thinking what's going to happen in this round. And all it takes with the heavyweights is one clean shot, and it can be over, can't it?
Yeah. And as I say on the undercard as well, Oppenheimer Breedis, another cracking fight that's going to be one of those. I think we're being treated
Oh,
by Saudi Arabia this weekend.
Brilliant show. I mean, even Joe Cordina's on it. IBF world title. You got a good card on, and again, it's one of them where you don't often get a top fight with a top card as well. You normally, you get some good fights, but the top of the bill is the one that everyone wants to watch. But I think with these shows that the Saudis are doing, and with Riyadh season, I think they're bringing everything to the party. They're bringing dancers, they're bringing singers, they're bringing the entertainment factor, they're bringing the crowd as well, because people want to watch the undercards as well, and everything they're doing over there is definitely setting the bar very high. Where when you come back to the UK, I think promoters are going to start doing a little bit of what they're doing with the entertainment side of things.
Yeah. No, 100%, mate. 100%. And they bring John Fury. But on that note, thank you very much, Danny. As always, you're a top bloke. Thank you very much for coming on. Wish you all the best in June. Stay in touch as well, won't you, mate? And hopefully we'll have you back on with both European titles around those shoulders, mate. As I say, stay in touch. Follow Danny on all of his socials. Give him your support, everyone. And we'll see you soon. Thank you very much.
Cheers, thank you.
Take care.